Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Lazy Racer channel. I'm joined today by Henry and Reuben, who are the runners-up in this year's Baltic Brutal. Welcome to the channel. Should we start with introductions? Who's Reuben and who's Henry?
So I'm Reuben.
I'm Henry, and we're twins.
Yes, we're both 18, both from just north of London.
And this is the first time we've raced with
Yeah.
you, Pine.
Well, if it's anything to go by on your first performance, you're going upwards and onwards from here. Do you want to talk me a little bit about how you prepared for the race, and then also, as first-timers, what you were hoping to get out of it or achieve during the race?
Yeah, I think people will assume we prepared more than we did. Like, I tried to guess the checkpoints in advance. I had a look at the bus options. I had a general look at the transport in Tallinn and some of the likely checkpoint cities. But I think you ran quite a lot of simulations. I did a couple just of different options. But yeah, all I really narrowed it down is probably 9 times out of 10, the Baltics would be quicker, especially if Finland was a checkpoint. And if the middle checkpoint was Berlin or Prague, to have two checkpoints on the Scandi run, unless they're really close together, would basically make it unviable. So we basically went into it pretty sure that the Baltic route would be better.
Yeah.
Like, we've both got a bit of experience just racing around London and stuff on public transport. And it's been a fair while, but it's not a completely new thing for us.
When you race each other, who usually wins?
Me usually.
Yeah, I mean, you do make the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oddly, he who makes his own challenges usually wins them.
Yeah. Our general strategy was lower risk, but still very quick. But anyway, we saw that the earlier train from Katowice only had 2 second-class carriages up to Warsaw, and it would be the same bus out. And we just thought, 2? Like, Polish trains were absolutely rammed for everyone. Yeah, we just got the EIP. It was obvious.
So on the EIP, did you have a nice reservation and a very comfortable ride? How was that?
No, it was. We sat across from each other in a bailiff 4. It wasn't right. Yeah, it wasn't perfect. It was perfectly decent. Yeah.
Yeah, we just see.
Yeah.
I was in first class, living it up with a complimentary.
That's actually a regret that we have. We did interrailing this summer, and the actual uplift to get first class isn't that big. If we did it again, I'd probably spend the extra. Yeah, I'd recommend, if people really, really want to go for the win, a first class pass would be very helpful and a lot cheaper than individual tickets. I've seen a lot of people trying individual tickets and just spending like hundreds of pounds to get across Germany.
And like some of the amounts that our fellow racers spent, it baffles them. I certainly wouldn't be able to do multiple races a year.
Yeah, I know there are a few misconceptions, but for any listeners, anybody can get an intro pass at any age. It's not just something for youth. Like, it's a bit more expensive for adults, but it still works out quite cheap, especially if you get one of the longer ones.
And also for parents, like, you can put your kids up to 11 on it for free, which is an absolute game changer. And you might even be able to use it for 1 or 2 days in your home country where, we live in the UK. It's excellent value in the UK. And I've taken my kids on like a day trip to Scotland and back, which, if you did that first class on the day, it would cost you 600 quid. So I think I saw you guys a couple times, at least correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw you in Warsaw at the bus stop. And I saw you guys, obviously, on the Flixbus out of Kaunas. Talk me through how you experienced those moments and what that was like. Because I know for myself, I try not to give any information. I'm perfectly friendly. I hope you experienced it that way, but I'm not giving you any information whatsoever.
No, fair enough.
I think I was going to join your bus in Warsaw. Talk me through what that looked like.
No, we knew that the Lux Express that left after our bus was meant to get in an hour earlier. We just couldn't get the seats on it.
Yeah, we did try to book it.
Yeah, I think we were lucky to get on the bus we did, really, because people couldn't get that one either. So, yeah, I mean, it was a bit bittersweet seeing you at the bus station and knowing you get in an hour earlier, but I mean, what can you do? We were surprised to see you at Kaunas, though. I know your Lat Lines connection fell through, but we expected you would have about an hour lead, which would carry through the entire race.
Yeah, as did I. So in Kaunas, we got in on time about 3 o'clock, and it started pouring it down, did my checkpoints, and then the plan out of there was the 4:30 Lat Lines, which was a bus that originated in Ukraine that never materialized. And then there was actually a second Ukrainian bus called Tempo Trans, which I did not see on any of my research. I'm not sure if you did. It was around 450 or something. And that one was there. It was going to Tallinn. The bus driver was happy to sell me a ticket. And then the admin person who needs to take care of it was like, "Yet, not going to happen." So that was absolutely gutting, because that then meant that you guys could catch up and we were on the bus together. What was that like, catching up to me? Did that make you feel like, bang, you're back into it, or?
I felt that for a bit, but then I realised that that second Lux Express bus, I honestly thought you would have booked it, and I wasn't surprised when he got on it on the end. And I found that Vanapascuda connection actually months ago during my research, so I thought, okay,
I hadn't.
With the amount of research,
came together very late for me.
With the amount of research that you'd done, I assumed you would know that. So yeah, really, when we were coming out of Riga, I thought that our chance of victory had basically fallen to a puncture or something.
What's next on your list? Are you planning to come back, and what will your ambitions be? Do you want to go country counting? The world is your oyster.
Yeah, we do want to do more of these, but
probably as a yearly thing.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a yearly thing for us. We're currently split between Japan and the Slovenia race next year. Japan generally as a country is at the top of my bucket list, so it would be the start of a longer holiday.
Exciting. Well, I can't wait to see you there. Do you have any questions for me?
Ooh. How much did you actually get back from your reservations in the end?
That's a really good question. I haven't totted it all up. What I was very pleased about was that the Swedish train reservations, almost without fail, were refundable. And that was fantastic, because I had booked many reservations going all the way up through Sweden. And my master plan was to get on a ferry, if possible, from Kapellskär in Sweden to Kolski. And that one did not allow pedestrians. The total non-refundable spend, I'll tot it all up, but really wouldn't have been more than £100, and I wouldn't want it to be any more.
Yeah.
So there were some buses where I booked them really like on the day, just in case, and they didn't come together, including the Lat Lines one. But really, I feel like I'm owed a refund. Like, it didn't show for 2 hours, and they didn't let me know. Like, it seems fair enough that I should get that back. And then this is the first year that I've not had any bed of any description, and it really killed me by the end.
Anything.
The
I
car
don't think any of
at the very end was a real trouble for me. I do not take the cars well. And Baltic taxi drivers, in my 2 experiences, they fancy themselves rally drivers. It was uncomfortable.
Ours was interesting.
Ours was interesting. Wasn't the best of drivers.
I think he tried to go the wrong way down a street to save us time.
Yeah, and then it sort of backfired, so we lost about 5.
I'm not sure I'm going to tell my taxi drivers that I'm in a race anymore. Just take it easy.
Yeah, I said that we're in a race, and if we got there first, I'd give him a tip, but we didn't, so I didn't.
How has taking part in this race changed your perspective on travel and adventure, and what you might want to get out of them next time?
Coaches are actually quite fun. If you don't do them routinely, it's actually quite funny watching how they all unfold, because you get some real characters on them, and it's more interesting sometimes than using the train, because you get to meet these characters, and it's entertaining.
From Prague, I caught a late sleeper train going up to Berlin, and I was pleased that it was a train, but primarily for the reasons of being able to use the lube more flexibly, and also to have a socket, because my battery was critical. I left my power bank at home. So I think I would have needed to stay at Prague station just to recharge all of my batteries, and be forced to stay there if that train hadn't turned up. So that was a very lucky escape. But on the train, there were compartments, and even though I had 3 seats available, you can't really stretch out or anything. And the chap opposite me brought a CPAP machine, made a very funny noise, very loud through the night, which was not conducive to getting some rest.
Yeah, I mean,
ours was terrible.
Yeah,
it's one of the reasons I wanted to do speed rather than points is because Reuben's been here before, I haven't, and I've really wanted to explore here.
Yeah,
and we've also had a day to do Helsinki as well. So it's actually
like I've been talking to people who did the previous races, and it really makes such a difference having that finish point if you're going for like the fastest overall speed or whatever. Having a finish point being in a really nice city.
Yes, lovely city.
Tallinn is such a nice place to go. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Do you have any top tips for Tallinn?
Go up the TV tower.
Yeah, that's good.
They've got a good TV tower here. It's cheap. It's really interesting. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we'll wrap things up here. It was fantastic talking to you both. And tonight is the party. I want you guys to really make sure you hit that bar as hard as you possibly can and celebrate on my behalf too. I will be raising a glass remotely, and I shall see you very, very soon at one of the other events. Thank you so much. Take care.
Yeah. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you.